Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel for episode 35. It's the end of June, got a few little bits and bobs to do today. Last episode finished with the rather unsuccessful looking rolling of the grass, although there wasn't any grass because it had been cut back. I think that might have been potentially the issue with that. But I think we will look at getting a more modern grass roller that runs a little quicker than 5 miles an hour. When the next grass cutting has been done. I'm still not ruling out the possibility of turning either ploughing up the small holding and re-sowing grass. A bit tight. Or just meadow grass in it. Meadow grassing's a bit better for wildlife as well, because it's got the flowers in it. So they say. It may still potentially need that level of field care, but what we're running through here, sorghum. Oh, didn't think that was the way I'd gone. I thought I was going to come out at the top end at the small holding. Oh well. There should be enough exercise. Hopefully that line will go into the ground at some point. Nice little canter in. Tick that job off the list. Yes, well done, Leonardo. That was a good walk. Have yourself, that's just still going, isn't it? What's left in that? Oh, 93 litres. Give you some oats after that. So today, let's have a look at the lists. Needs 240 horsepower. We haven't got, because we can't afford that. But 12.5 grand. 42 metres spread. I like the look of that. I think that's worth getting. Capacity 10,000. That's quite unrealistic, isn't it? Definitely take that, I think. That's done. New spreader, done. Look at the state of this. Get this a bit of a rinse before. Putting it away. we'll leave that up at the shop for now. We don't need it just yet. Although there is a way of making digestate into fertilisers, solid fert. Technically we could probably sell some bales to get ourselves that Landini. But do we need it? Are we doing any... we haven't got any big sort of... big power work on the go, have we? Maybe next year. I don't see it as being that. That big a thing for us. Wish this wasn't barbed wire. Right. And with this little job, not so little job. I'll carry on with this. I'll reconvene with you when I've got this done, because I think it will take a couple of hours. So see you when I finish this. Oh, well, I said it was going to be a couple of hours, didn't I? I had a couple of hours onto that. We're not far off finishing. However, we've got a bit of a race on our hands. As if you look to the bottom right of the screen, we've got the maintenance red and the diesel is really low. So whether we'll get this finished before one of them decides to send us kaput, I'm not confident. Also, I'm just spinning this round because I don't want to be slowing down and coming to a stop, because I feel like if I'm stopping and starting, it's going to be burning through more fuel or putting more stress on the engine. So we just cruise control and going for it. Oh dear. Have we got any over here? I don't think there's any fuel over here. I've got a feeling I put it in the lawnmower. I'm still really considering that Landini as well. We don't need it at the minute, but in the future we will need a bigger tractor. And 88,000 depends if it's still available and we've got time. Where am I going? We've got time to put it there, didn't I? It's gone. Forklift. Let's go and pick up some diesel barrels. Oh, we got some diesel barrels already up at the shop. Yeah, maybe if I can get some things done, maybe sell some of the silage bales because we've got so many. This needs to go to the clamp. And if it's still available, when we've got our jobs done, we'll call it fate. Then I think we'll get it. I mean, long term, if we get, once we've got ourselves a normal size field, we're probably going to need something bigger to pull stuff around. If we start doing some decent farming, are we going to be getting, we still need money next month for, I'm sure this had a bigger, this went at 17. Oh dear. I'll see you when I've refueled this up anyway. Okay, that's Christoph's field. Oh, lovely. Here we go, full tank. And we're off. I'm thinking, if we were to get the Landini, we'd be able to get bigger planter. But are we moving too fast, too quick? What sort of seeders are roughly around there? Planters. 150s. We've only got 100. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just carry on then. It's 88,000. It's an absolute steal, isn't it? We could take a loan and pay it back. It's like 190 horsepower. Sorry, I just had to walk away there for a moment. 190 odd horsepower. Is it too much too quick? Do we leave it? We could be waiting for a whole year for something that good to come up in the sale. Jumping too far too quick. And we can put a front loader on it. Ooh, I'm really torn. 50-50, maybe slightly 60-40 towards getting it. What realistically work-wise do we do? Seeder once a year. I think we're going to get a planter because I'm thinking the allotment will start doing sugar beeting because we can get a small harvester to dig it out with. So that won't require big equipment. I suppose we haven't really got a big field to work on yet. We can just lease vehicles, can't we? £88 grand though, but it'd be pretty much taking 50 grand of debt. I don't think there's 50 grand's worth of silage as it is. Over time, going through the BGA maybe. It's so tricky to work out. We can upgrade one of the masses up to 100, so we could have two 100 horsepower tractors. And then that would possibly be upgraded, be worth about 30, so you'd still be looking at another 50. I suppose in that case it'd sort of only cost us 20 grand, wouldn't it? But we haven't got any fields big enough to need it. Cutting grass wise, we don't need. Hauling stuff, we've not got any big fields to haul stuff with either. So it probably is a little bit too early, unless we had a bigger field. But the whole point for this is going to be sustainability, making money from what we can. I've got a couple of little ideas to turn some bits into money. So we're a small farm. Contracted worker really, aren't we? We're just picking up jobs for others at the minute. I suppose if it was a big massey I'd probably have a sort of no choice, but I quite like the idea of the Landini because it's a different. We ain't even got our own farm. Moving into July next, we're going to need to get harvesting done. And maybe if a harvest to come up, that could be worth it because we can pick up harvest contracts with it. But then we can't have any big trailers to pull. What about if we were starting to bale instead of, there's an old baler. Go with these smaller ones, they're only hundreds. That's 115 at 12. That's 19, that's a square baler. So we might be able to get away with baling our silage off the field opposite. Once that silage is fermented, we get rid of that. We could just go with big square bales and wrap them. I mean, realistically, we should be kept really busy from next month with harvesting. Oh, I'm fully expecting to have to put an extension on that silo that we've got. There's about 5,000 in it at the minute. And potentially 80 grand. We could be picking up a bigger cultivator and things to I mean, oh, it's way too much power for them. The telehandler would be nice, but I'm not 100% sure that we need it at present with the skid steer that we've got. We're just working in smaller areas. That's got enough speed about it. Right, we're very close to having this field done. Next, I think I'll have to go and get the I think we'll move that grass into the clamp, pack that down. We can sort of build that and fill that over time. We're not in any rush for silage, are we? So might not pack it down. That's the sort of job I don't mind doing when it's dark. Let's get these off Christoph's field. I did say about that large running out of room for the equipment we've got. I did say about that large that left down for a minute. How much grass is there? Because we've got the trailer we've got will take 8,000. That doesn't tell us, does it? That's chaff. But we have got a scoop. We have got the tools to get it moved. Yeah, I'm going to get this moved. Collect our contract money. I'll do that now. Oh, 9 grand. I thought it was 6. That's good. Well, it's only 45 grand that we need now. And then let it sit for a year. It's just because it's only had 10.5 hours on it. Not even a year old. 41% off. Oh. Well, somebody works a lot quicker than I do. Now I'm going to start moving this grass over, so I shall catch up with you at some point soon. All lovely stuff. Breakfast has been eaten. Now, and a few little tasks to do this morning. Not put that on very well, have I? Well, right. Some. Oh. First things first. We should get Leonardo out for his morning run, and then that can be. That's a job that can be ticked off. You know what? Let's make use of the run. What sort of land would we like to be purchasing to work on? I mean, 13 or 14 are right next to us, but they are 165. That's a big note. 179 because all the trees on it. Big no. 16. Look at the size of that. Big monies. Maybe one day. Field 1 don't seem too bad. 59. Field 3. Oh, that's the whole farm. 456 includes 12 and 3. That's not too shabby, I think. That's 156, not too bad. That grass field on 4, if 69 or 59? 69. That could be an interesting field to get. 10, it's right next to the fishing thing, that's that. 5 is quite an interesting field. 40 grand, that's a bit more our region. Now 6 and 7 are pretty much fields I've never really looked at. 85 grand, 148, 68, 9, I think we've worked on 9. We can afford that one at 20,000. Averaging at 36 per hectare. That's averaging at 39 per hectare. Let's have a little ride up to field 1. Well, you've just gone into the post, mate. I'm trying to keep your level. So we've gone a little bit into the production side of things. I was thinking of ways to make us a little bit more sustainable. And whilst being sustainable, maybe something we could make money on at the same time. I don't want to end up in a position where I'm constantly buying things to keep going. We've just picked up the fertiliser and lime spreader. I think it does lime as well. What's this field? This is quite a decent sized field, to be fair. Gotta say, that's not I don't think that is a bad sized field at all. What's in it at the minute? Not particularly much. I'm not sure that there's quite a lot of croppage. If croppage is the correct term, I'm not too sure, but good jump. Maybe I think I've still not decided on. I'm not convinced on what to do with this field, whether it all gets ploughed up or becomes a meadow. Part of me likes the idea of turning it into a meadow just because it will look different, and we can sort of use that almost as a doing our bit for the environment from the small holding. Right, so I've bought a little shed that we're going to use to produce some bits. What do I need? Need to go to the shop to pick up some bits. So yeah, we've got. I need to try it out. We've bought. There's two things that I got. One thing I've bought is the shed that has a. There's a lot of chemistry equipment in it, essentially, I suppose, that can convert things into other things that should help us be a little bit more sustainable. And in the long run, save us the money. We can use overloaded things or bits and bobs that we've got left over from contracts to make other things that maybe we can then sell. And the other one is a little bit more left field. Found it basically on the internet, so I'm going to have a go at doing that, see if that works. They're all both down at the BGA, but we've got a little bit of errand action to do before we can go and get that. So what do I need from here? I have to put some bits in. We need a pallet of not that. There's so many things, so many things. We might need that at one point for the. Alright, is it that one? Um, 20 litres or 12 litres. Get one of each. Yeah. For now. That's. I could probably do with a little. It needs to be reusable, won't it? It will need to be reusable. So do we get another one of those buckets? Or do we just drive down and pick one up? I'm wasting valuable time. We'll drive down and pick up the one that we've got to test out if it works. Don't want to be spending too much money because we're still umming and ahhing over a certain. Put that on the seats, can't we? over a certain tractor. So we've got a way of making our own seeds. I should have strapped that, shouldn't I? Let's be on the safe side. So I'm going to show you the first thing, which is this little idea that I've seen on the internet. Managed to pick one up second hand, fairly decent quality. But could be perfect for what we're doing at the minute. So obviously we've got barley and oats growing. In fact, they'd be ready to harvest very, very soon. So it'll be harvest time. But then what are we going to do with all those seeds that we've got? Is the question. Not the seed, sorry, the barley or the oats. We can turn those products into seed, which we can then use to reseed. Or if we can make a lot of it, it might be a better yield to make it into seed. We coat it basically with the seed materials we've just bought, and we might be able to sell that back to farmers and gardeners at a better price than what we might just be picking up for barley and oat. Obviously we can use for the chickens and the horse as well, but they're not going to need as much as what we're going to be picking up. And I think for what we're planning for this small start off, you know, small holding business style, I think it's perfectly up our street at the minute. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that lovely golden field. I'm gonna be so happy to be. I've been down here for a while, haven't we? I'm gonna be incredibly happy. Yes. Nearly 100% yield off that, and that's fantastic. First harvest on the way. Right, I need the bucket. Probably need to look towards moving some of these bits and bobs. For now. Now we need to go get some produce. Beehives. I think we're going to need to up the amount of beehives because they're just, it's summer now. We should be making way more. All these golden fields coming up. Right then. I'm going to whip up to 44. Where we've got the barley that we harvested. And we can check on our oats while we're there. This is good. We've got, and we're not doing a contract at the minute. I mean, we did do earlier on in the episode, but now we've sort of into a new day and we've got genuine things that we have to do for our own business here. I'm not even tested these businesses out. I don't even know if they're going to work, but I hope the process does. We're only going to have 100 litres to start with, which is fine. Oh, the oats are ready as well. I don't know if I put this seed thing in the correct place. We can move it. I suppose it's only tiny. Don't need, I'm not going to be here too long with that. Oh. We need to take. That's where we've been putting in. We need to take out. I think I might need to pop on a help window. We've got to hold it while we do it, maybe. Taking longer than I was expecting. Right. I will catch up with you shortly. Okay, after some time has passed, what's that? Oh, potatoes. I had a bit of a worry that was cotton for a minute. Oh my god, British cotton's not a thing. Right, here, took a little bit of the glade out, but we've got this shed in here. We've got these two silos connected to it to contain our implement. pellets. Now there should be a trigger. Why are you saying start filling? Oh dear. I mean, could we not take out? I know we're not filling because there's nothing in it, but we're running out of time on this. So basically, we can put our digestate in here, as far as I'm aware, and it will produce solid fertilizer, which, although the ratio isn't that good, will last us longer and help us. We can pick up a lot more contracts for fertilizing. There's other bits and bobs it can do as well. We can make lime manure herbicide. Herbicide's an interesting one. I like the look of that. Water and road salt will make us herbicide. I have heard of maybe using seawater to try and remove weeds before, but I'm not sure if that's too accurate. It can make seeds, however that requires manure, and I'm not too sure about making seeds by mixing them with manure, but I digress. So I'm going to work out at some point how to put digestate in there, and we can start doing that. In the meantime, the other one that we were actually looking at getting done today before our time runs out, which is probably a good point while I'm walking around to say, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and stay up to date with all the next episodes and latest things as they're coming out on the channel. And if you've got any comments, please feel free to drop the comments in the comment section below. And to wrap the video off, we get our seed treatment liquid. We pop it in. Finally it's filled up. It took the whole lot straight away. It is a cement mixer that you put seeds in. This better work, because I've been over to the small holding and picked up some wheat. The chickens are happy to lend us a bit of wheat, so we put it in the top, maybe. Go on. Yeah. So it's got wheat and seed treatment liquid. Drop the bucket. Manage production point. Yep, turn the wheat in for us. Ooh, it's going. And it's processing. It's basically coating the wheat that we've already got with the treatment liquid, so we've got our own seeds. I mean, how cool is that? I can then, I think, put a bucket underneath it. Does it stop when it's finished on its own, I wonder? We're running very close on time, I think. It's not taking too long though, really. What options did it have on it? There was something. Hide the drawbar or extend the drawbar. Not really sure why you'd need the drawbar. Oh right, it's done. So we turn that off now. And I think we can tip it. And yeah, no. So maybe these buckets aren't very good for getting things out of. Okay. Right, we'll have to put some thought into what to do here. I'm just going to chuck that in the back of the thing for now. I'm not. It's left me rather despondent. Oh, hold on. No, that didn't work with the silo, so I don't see any reason why it would here either. No. Just for effect. I'm gonna need something. Yeah, sling that away. Right, I will see you on the next episode, hopefully. Thank you ever so much for watching. And until next time, bye bye.